Hey guys, it's Jeweliyana from Jeweliyana's Kitchen, and today's menu is inspired by a trip to the farmer's market because peaches are in season, and so I am going to make a peach strawberry salad with bacon and goat cheese and a lemony, creamy lemon dressing. So if you want to know how to make that so you can find out how awesome it tastes, please subscribe, follow my channel, stay tuned, and I will show you how. So the first thing we want to do to make this peach strawberry salad is blanch a peach so we can get the skin off. So I did put a pot of boiling water on and dipped this peach in it for about 30 seconds. And now you just want to give it a little bit of an ice bath for a minute or so to cool it down, and that'll make it easy to remove the skin. You can also just put a couple cups of hot water in the microwave, nuke it till it's boiling, and do the same thing, submerge the peach in it for 30 seconds and then put it in the cold water. And that makes it very easy to remove the skin. So this is how easy it is. You just take your knife, follow it along that seam, the crack kind of, the lower dip in the peach, and you see how easy it is to just peel the skin off. Another option is, if you are not against peach skin, you can just leave it on and cut the peach with the skin. To make nice bite-sized pieces, for your salad, I like to run the knife around the peach, kind of like following the same kind of cut I just did to get it started. Thinking of the peach as a globe, and these lines I'm cutting are longitude. Then turn it on its side and cut a couple latitude lines just so you get some nice small bite-sized pieces of peach. Plus, this actually makes it easy. You barely have to squeeze it or put your finger in there and it towards the pit, and it removes all the little chunks of peach. So you're ready, set for your salad. That's step one. I'm gonna go wash my hands. I'll be right back. Speaking of washing your hands, I'm gonna trust you knew you're supposed to wash your hands before you started that whole gig. Just because you're the chef, you should have clean, tidy hands. Okay, we don't need that water anymore. And this is another one of my favorite open-faced salads. So I'm using, I think this is a quiche dish, but it just makes a really nice presentation. Bottom layer, you want to use some kind of greenery. You can buy that ready-made, what do you call it, mesclun greens or something, but I'm using leaf lettuce today. So you want a nice bed of greens, and then on top of that we're going to put some mushrooms, and I don't know, you might say 5 or 6 mushrooms, a cup of mushrooms, depends on how many people are coming for dinner. I think I'm making this based on about 4 people, so usually I like to do like 1 mushroom per person. And then on top of there, because it's nice to have a little bit of crunch in the salad, I'm putting some celery, probably chopped up about 1 stalk of celery. And if you can see this, it's really thin. It's not like your typical chunky, what you get in Chinese food. Just keep them nice and thin. I don't know if it's 2 millimeters or whatever the technical term is, 1/8 or 16th of an inch. The idea is just to make them thin so you get a little bit of crunch without a big honking chunk of celery in your salad. And then we want to do our layer of strawberries. Again, I think I have about a cup of strawberries here. Just look at how nice it's looking. I kind of make these open-faced salads. I say that they're like making a fresh pizza. They kind of have the vibe of a pizza look. Okay, and now we'll just put that peach on. And I only used 1 peach, and that'll be, I'm sure, plenty for the 4 or so people that I think this recipe would be enough for. Peaches. Then if you're into nuts, pine nuts would be the best option for this. So I think I'm using about a 1/4 cup of pine nuts here. Maybe 3 tablespoons if you don't want to go too crazy, but they're good. So I'm using a whole 1/4 cup. And I think this adds to every salad. So bacon, well, maybe not every salad, but there are many salads that bacon just makes them better. And proportion-wise, I think you probably only need about 4 strips, a strip of bacon per person on here, and I did cook 6, so I'm not going to use them all because I don't want to overwhelm the salad. No one will ever know. They'll get eaten. And then I've got about a 1/4 cup of goat cheese. Sorry, goat cheese crumbles. So I think that they will add to the presentation and the flavor, because nothing is great if it looks good and doesn't taste great, then it's kind of useless, you know, at least in the kitchen. Okay. Then the last thing is for this salad, I don't know if you were watching my dressing recipe and came this way, or if you're starting here, but if you started here, then ta-da, that is the strawberry peach salad. And I have a special dressing that I made for it, and you can find the recipe for the special dressing in the same place, salads and dressings, on my playlist. And this is lemon poppy seed, creamy lemon poppy seed dressing. So I'm just gonna stir it up again because it's separated while we were making the salad. And this is pretty good for, I think, Mediterranean diet friendly. And you don't have to do poppy seeds if you don't want, but I think it's going to be fantastic with the peaches and strawberries. The poppy seeds are like the best partner to go with it rather than just plain creamy lemon dressing. But you can leave it like this in the fridge before your guests arrive, and if you're like doing a time delay. Otherwise, you can do this right now, but you want to put the dressing on just before you serve it. Just like so. So if you want to learn more of my jiggery cookery, I don't follow the rules all the time. The hardest part for me is to actually figure out the measurements to tell you sometimes, because I often just cook out of my head from scratch because I'm a mad scientist. Recipes are inspiration. Give me ideas of what to make, like this salad. Anyway, there you have it. Look how fabulous it looks with the nice dressing on there. Anyway, thanks for stopping by Jeweliyana's Kitchen. I hope you liked it. If you would like to know more about recipes like this, please subscribe to my channel. Thanks so much. Have a great day.